This is a replacement of a coolant sensor, temperature sensor, 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee. This will apply to plenty of 2019 Chrysler products with the Pentastar. The only thing is going to be your orientation of your engine. Other than that, this is a pretty straightforward procedure. It used to be that the coolant sensor was in the block back here, and you'll find a lot of bad information that that's still where it's at. It's not. The coolant sensor is now part of the thermostat housing. So we're going to tear into this in 1 second. First thing you're going to want to do is disconnect the electrical connector that's on the intake tube right in front of the throttle body. To do that, you just pull up the red tab, press in gently, push in, and then pull out. It comes right off. Next, we want to just gently remove this wiring harness from the top of the intake tube. Once that's done, you'll need an 8mm socket and a wrench. Using your 8mm, you're just going to want to loosen these two band clamps on the intake runner. And then once those are loose, we've disconnected our electrical, everything's disconnected. Just gently pull this up and away. And that gives us access to our thermostat housing. And our coolant sensor is right in the middle there. So first thing we're going to do is disconnect the electrical. I'm going to actually cheat and use a small screwdriver. Okay, let there be light. We're going to zoom in on this again. So right here is your coolant temperature sensor. This guy here, we got to disconnect this electrical connector. Oh, this is an old trick I use on some of these that I don't like to get a grip on. I come from underneath with a screwdriver, one of them really small ones, those free ones you get from the paint suppliers and whatnot, and just gently push up from the underside, and that'll pop right off. It's gonna make a liar out of me, isn't it? There we go. So some of these are really hard, and this one you can see is been manhandled before, and that's what happens sometimes. You grab them and you push on the thing, you're pulling, and you accidentally pull the casing off the wiring. So I'm going to have to do some work on that, but that doesn't matter for this video. You guys don't care about that. All right, so there's our coolant temperature sensor. I'm going to bring you over to my new one. So if you'll see underneath, there's a locking tab. That's what we're going to have to get to, is that little locking tab, and put some pressure on that to release this sensor. So the easiest way to get to this is going to be to take a small screwdriver, try to get my camera in here, small screwdriver like this, and just get it up underneath there, and then we're just going to give it a little twist to release that tab. This is really hard to see, but see how that tab is flexing? Once we get that tab to loosen just a hair, then we can give it a quarter turn and pull that sensor out. Sometimes to get a little more leverage, you might need to use something to give you some more torque. There we go. So just be aware you're going to lose some coolant as soon as you take this out. I hope you know that. And that's okay. We're going to pull that bad boy out of there. There's the old coolant sensor. All right, reassembly is the reverse of the same operation. And you'll have to pardon me, I'm holding a camera with one hand and trying to do mechanical work with the other hand. So, and you'll see right where that lines up. You'll push that in and then give it a quarter turn. So again, a quarter turn clockwise, and it'll click right into place. Now I reconnect our wiring, and again, I know I need to replace this wiring harness end here. So you hear that click, we're good to go. Now, interesting fact is you can actually connect actually it's this one. You can connect this solenoid to the thermostat, the coolant temperature sensor. You can connect the solenoid to the temp sensor and vice versa. This is an easy mistake to make. A lot of rookies do it. And that will actually take this coolant sensor out because the voltages are too high. So there you go, fun fact. That's it. We're gonna put our intake runner back in, which should be self-explanatory, and that's the end of that. So if you got a 2019 or newer with a 3.6 Pentastar, and you're seeing everything online saying that your coolant temperature sensor is in the head, way back in the corner on the block, just know that that's no longer applicable to your engine. The only coolant temperature sensor is the one right in front, very accessible, super easy to get at. So we should be happy about that, I guess. But yeah, very easy change out. So hopefully this helped some of you guys out. Have a good one.